talking a lot about colostrum this year.
First things first, don't you love it how it's longevity warehouse? It's like, warehouse of longevity? Interesting. Well, I mean, you've got a lot of old products you want to shift off to people who are ignorant. And another good thing, doesn't everyone wonder why all these self-proclaimed longevity experts are usually under age 40? Under age 40 giving advice on longevity? That's like Brad Pitt giving advice on pickup. That's like Brad Pitt putting out his own pickup artist manual and saying, it's all in the fingers, man. I just click my fingers, 10 chicks come up with numbers, and it's all in the fingers. If you give me enough money, I will show you how to make these magic fingers work for you. Longevity experts under age 40. Great. Let's hear what we've got to say.
And being, you know, I play the role in our community often as like a kind of a controversial character, bringing things in that people are like, oh, I thought we didn't do that.
Yeah, because this is a vegan community, it's a raw food community. Daniel Vitalis promotes anti-vegan, anti-raw. So no wonder people are going, oh, we don't do that, we don't eat dead animals, and we don't cook our food because we believe raw food's inferior. We don't do that, Daniel. Pay attention.
And I brought colostrum to the marketplace.
To the marketplace? I mean, like, this indicates these people's sort of angle. Businessmen, business people, marketplace, industries, warehouse. Not educating people how to live, how to be healthy. It's more like, buy my product. This is a 6-hour event you pay money for to listen to me, market my product. And at the end of the show, on the back stage of the room, we've got product for sale, tonight's special, just for you guys. Aren't you lucky? Bring it to the market, man. Colostrum's been around since the 80s, man. What is colostrum? Colostrum's the mother's breast milk that comes from the cow after like 6 hours of birth, 2 hours of birth, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like the first milk that comes out of the breast. So we push away the baby calf, and then we get some machine to manually suck out the colostrum, and then we dry it up, bake it, cook it, whatever, ship it in plastic to people who need more titty milk. And it's just sort of like, you know, the only people who need colostrum are babies, not grown-up adults. So please, stop acting like babies.
Because when you study a little bit about colostrum, it's like, wow, this is really maybe the most complete superfood that exists on Earth.
Because not many people are doing it anymore, because it's been linked with cancer and tumours and obesity and increased hormonal imbalances and extra weight. Ever wondered why these colostrum promoters got a little bit of a porch on them, a little bit of extra gut? And hey, just because someone's a little bit fat, out of shape, doesn't make them bad people. I just like to take advice and people getting the results I desire. Let's continue.
How do I bring that to a vegan community? I was like, oh no.
That's right. How do you bring it to a vegan community? It's sort of like bringing condoms to the Vatican. You know what I mean? It's sort of like you're bringing something that's not really welcome. We're beyond sucking tits from cows. We're beyond sucking breast milk from other animals. You know what I mean? We wash our hands when we pat cows. We don't suck their tits. So I mean, it's amazing. A vegan community, please go away. You know, stay out.
And a lot of you have come up to my table to ask me questions like, and really, really intelligent questions. And I know you're
because vegans are a bit smarter. We're not as docile as the milk drinkers.
Thinking people. And I want to address just a few of the things that have come up. One of the questions is like, Daniel, it's colostrum from cows, and we're people.
Yes.
Is it good for people? And so who's had that kind of a question? Maybe if you thought about that a little bit yourself and maybe you want to know about that. So here's the kind of thing, if you do a little Google search, you find stuff like this.
And it's funny because it's true. Cut out the middleman, you know what I mean? Just suck on the tit.
I think that's really funny. Sorry, I know that's kind of gross, but
hey, here Daniel says it's gross, but he's selling you the grossness in a little plastic powdered bucket. For some crazy amount of money. I don't even know what they're selling this colostrum for. How old is this colostrum?
Please laugh at that. That's really funny. So that's the kind of thing...
It is funny. It's hilarious. But sadly, it's bad for people's health.
I'm not going to leave it on there. That's gross. Alright, so that's...
Too much truth.
The kind of thing. So people are like, wouldn't we do better on human colostrum?
Yes.
And I was like, well, I'm going to try to get that happening. but I can't. It's not... I can't do that, right? So I just want to answer that question.
But you didn't really answer it, you just made a bit of a joke, sort of, you know, brush it aside. But it's a serious question, Daniel. Let's see you address it one day.
I want to talk a little bit about how dairy products have come into our lives real quick, because right now dairy products are getting like a really, really dark reputation in the health food world, and a lot of people have really turned against them. And if you remember when we were kids, milk was like the uber health food. It did a body good. And today, it's kind of the opposite, and there's a lot of reasons.
Because we're not freaking cows, man. We're not goats. We're human beings. Homo sapien, man, if you like the Latin terms. Homo sapien, man. We're not cows. We're not bovines. We need human milk, not cow milk, not goat milk, not dog milk, not rat milk, not cat milk, not horse milk. Human milk. Human. Human, milk. Human milk. Not colostrum, not cow titty juice, not bovine mammary secretions. Thanks.
I think, I was talking to people about, people were saying, I don't think this is a food we should use. It's too mucus forming. It's too, what about this? What about that? And I was saying that to look at the modern way that we've had this stuff, the milk we grew up on was really pus-filled.
It still is pus-filled. I mean, how many pus cells per mil are allowed in standard milk? It's about 800,000. How many pus cells are allowed in colostrum? I don't think there's even regulations. That would be a good question. How many pus cells in colostrum?
Injected with genetically modified hormone. It was factory farm. It was grain fed. It came from weak animals with weird mutated genetics, and it was making us sick. There's no question. And
even if it's organic, free range, cold, raw, bloody whatever, it's still got over 80 active hormones naturally occurring. Notice how our guest speaker today didn't address that. Bad for business.
You know that saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater? I've kind of been saying to people, it's sort of like when I found out genetically modified corn existed, I didn't decide to stop eating vegetables.
When I found out I was a human, I didn't decide to stop drinking cow's milk. It took a while for me to wake up.
Makes sense? If that makes sense, clap for a second.
Didn't make sense to the humans because that analogy was like so vague. He had to ask the audience to clap. If you have to ask your audience to clap, you know you're on the wrong track, or you're in front of the wrong audience.
I would never, I'm not suggesting people go to the supermarket and pick up, trying to get from the factory farming world their foods. But I want to say that dairy products have been with us now for about 8,000 years.
Which is like 1 second in 1 year in terms of human evolution or creation, whatever you buy into. You know what I mean? It's like 8,000 years. It's nothing. It's nothing. There's trees older than that.
8,000 years. And you know that the only place that scientists have accepted that in our genetics our food has changed us is around dairy food. But it's not for everybody.
Which scientist says who?
And I want to be clear about that. So let's set the record straight. 8,000 years ago, some agriculture...
Let's set the record straight. You're on stage, a marketing product, talking about absolute nonsense. You know what I mean? Absolute nonsense. You're telling people to drink cow's milk when they're humans. That's like walking up to a cat and pushing it away and say, hey, cat, you're meant to drink horse milk. Oh, no, sorry, horse, you're meant to drink goat's milk. Sorry, human, you're meant to drink cow's milk and you're meant to buy it from me because my product's the best. And you come to my longevity seminar and I will tell you why you should pay me extra for my products. It's incredible.
In certain parts of the world, we're going to skip those. In some parts of the world, a gene has been activated that causes something called lactose persistence. That means that the part of us that can digest milk when we're children, because our moms give us milk, has persistence.
It's human milk, not cow's milk. Big difference. Human colostrum, big difference to bovine colostrum. Different hormones.
Milk is really mucousy, milk is really bad for digestion. I think people are making really big blanket statements.
No, it's from a cow. We're humans. Again, cow milk for cows. Human milk for humans. It's basic biology. We learned that in grade 1.
It's fair to know, hey, there's 8,000 years of history, and we can't blame a whole bunch of recent epidemiological problems on something that has 8,000 years of history. Does that make sense?
8,000 years doesn't mean anything, you know what I mean? It's nothing.
It's throwing the baby out with the bathwater. And we know tribal people like the Maasai warriors. Anyone ever seen the Maasai warriors in Africa? These are guys who can jump 6 feet in the air, right? And they hunt lions with spears.
Did I just hear him say, Maasai can jump 6 feet in the air? If that was true, that would set every single Olympic high jump record ever. And last time I checked, there wasn't any Maasai high jumpers or long jumpers. They're one of the unhealthiest, most violent cultures living on the planet ever. The diet consisting of dairy and blood. And if anyone watches a documentary of the Maasai, they're not doing that by choice, they're doing it by necessity. That's all they got. I mean, I saw a documentary, they had a tent made out of skin, just a piece of skin covering themselves between them and the rain. So they jump 6 foot in the air and hunt lions with spears. Okay, I think someone needs to get out a bit more.
So I just put that out there to say I think it's a really valuable food, and I think we should look at, since we are...
Look at all the products here. You know what I mean? Products. This is an infomercial. But the funny thing is, people pay to see this infomercial live. You can sit back and watch it on TV. Or watch it on YouTube for free.
Stewarding cows. I talked the other day about how the animal that gave rise to the cow, or the... Does anyone remember what it was called? The aurochs. The aurochs is an extinct animal today. Now we have cows and we don't have the animal cows came from, and now we are responsible for the last genetics of the cows. And what do we do with that?
And here we have someone who's bagging fruit because the fruit's been, like, altered somehow. But now they're selling products from bovines that have been altered just as much as fruit, if not more. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, why do these people bag fruit? Because fruit's bad for business. You can't really sell fruit. You can't really sell bananas. You know what I mean? They sell themselves. What you need to do is just educate people. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up. So what's the bottom line here? Do humans really need to consume animal products? Do we really need to consume the bovine mammary excretions, the caprine mammary excretions from horses? Equine mammary excretions? How about rats? Do we need to drink rat's milk? Is rat's milk going to be the latest superfood next time? Isn't it amazing these people keep jumping from, this is the best ever of superfood, man. Cacao's the best ever. Goji's the best ever. Chaga's the best ever. Durian's the best ever. Now it's colostrum, man. It's honestly the best ever. Ever. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, I guess that's we live in that because of the consumer society, that monthly consumables. There's two types of people in the health food movement today. One, the infomercial crew, the snake oil crew, the people who just dance up and down and say, I've got the best ever program. Sure, it's different from last month's or last year's, but hey, honestly, it's the best ever. And two, the second type of person in the health food movement, you got the educators. Yeah? They're doing the same thing again and again, showing you how to do it. Not what crap to buy, they're showing you how to do it, how to succeed, how to get enough carbohydrates, how to get enough water, how to get enough sleep, how to be fit, how to get your sunshine, how to get these free things, how to change your life, change your thinking, not change your Visa card details and bank up some more debt. None of that. I mean, people say, Harley, it's not that simple. You know, they can't just eat more fruit, more vegetables, get more sun, exercise and water. They got to do my expensive courses. They got to buy my expensive superfood crap. They got to do all this Kundalini awakening ayahuasca ceremony bullshit. They got to do these things first, Harley. It's not that simple. Hey, man, you cut me out of the marketplace, man. Hey, wait up. So my message is to people, I'm going to be calling people for where they're at. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. I'm not going to just talk what impresses people. I'm going to say what needs to be said. I've had friends die, I've had friends end up obese, emaciated, anorexic, lose all their fitness, become drug addicted, end up in mental institutions because of these misinformed people. Perhaps they're sincere, but most of them are just sincerely wrong. So count on me, telling you how it is. I'm going to tell you what I think, and those that mind do not matter, and those that matter do not mind. Peace. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.